How you doing, Scoring Academy participants? This is Corey Winkoff here, Program Director at FLG Lacrosse. Hope everyone's having a great day. I just wanted to bring everyone a little recap on our program, being that we are now halfway through. We have 5 sessions remaining. Please keep in mind that the week of February 18th, we are off. So I believe that's school break there. That's February break. So we're going to be off that Monday. But the following week will be our last session, and we're going to go for the next 4 straight Mondays. So we got 5 left, and we have been 5 through. And I think it's been easily the best program we've run up to this point. This is our 3rd year doing the Scoring Academy. I personally, as well as Coach Yoda and Coach Schmidt, have been doing shooting clinics and working one-on-one with players to develop their shot in a variety of ways for a really long period of time. But our Scoring Academy itself, which is our co-ed, high up-tempo scoring clinic series, is something that's only been in its infancy, and I think it's gotten so much better as a program over the last 3 years, and I think this year has easily been our best, and I'll tell you why. I think with the insurgence of our lacrosse celebrities, or we'll call them, or we'll call them their professional lacrosse professionals in different ways, I think bringing them involved in the mix has been huge. And yesterday, for the high school session, we brought in Kyle from AMP, who is basically, he's a professional in teaching athletes how to move the right way, how to become more explosive, how to prevent injuries, how to come back from injuries, and also teach you to be more efficient with your movement, which I think is so applicable to scoring goals, because you talk about Kylie Ohlmiller, who came and helped us out. You talk about Tommy Palasek. You can name any of the best goal scorers in the game of lacrosse, and they are so efficient with how they moved. The way that they cut, the way they protect their stick, the way that they run, the way that they release the ball, the way that they come out of their dodge, the way they set up their dodge, all of that is a thought process that takes practice, that takes developing muscle memory, that takes something that doesn't just happen overnight. And I think just starting to think about how you move is really what last night was all about. And I think athletes, for the most part, are just out there and they're just playing. They're trying to maybe execute a play or a game plan, and they're trying to understand who their matchups are supposed to be when they're out there in a game. But when you just think about moving as an athlete from a young age, I think that can really help you in the long run. And I think Kyle from AMP allow us to start to think about things like that. And I hope in our last 5 sessions our athletes start to think like that, because if they do, they're going to really start taking note of all the finer details that we're starting to express and teach at our Scoring Academy. And then as a result, it's going to make them more effective dodgers and shooters and finishers inside, and all those things that allow you to become better at scoring goals in the game of lacrosse. So while we don't, or at least we don't have any plans to bring in any lacrosse experts or athletic experts in the coming weeks, we are definitely going to get a ton of reps, and we're going to shoot on the goal and get some reps against the wall, and we're going to teach a couple new concepts, and we're going to work on a lot of different footwork drills and dodging drills in the next 5 weeks. But as I told our athletes at the end of last night's session, we're halfway through and the attendance has been good, and that's great, and we've been getting better, but it's really the last 5 sessions where the differences are made and where players start to progress, because just like anything, the teams that can start, for example, we look at some of the teams in the NFL that are playing their best football right now. The teams that can play their best ball or play their best as individuals towards the end of the season, towards the latter half of a program or a clinic series or a league, those are the players and the teams that are most successful, and not just in athletics but in life. So it's about finishing what you started and finishing the right way. It's not just a matter of showing up, but it's also a matter of playing the right way when you do show up. So I just kind of, I'm putting a little pressure on our players to really increase the attendance over the last 5 weeks and keep it at least where it was, but also increase the amount of mental reps and the amount of focus that they bring to each and every session. And I think if our players do that, this could end up being one of the most successful programs in terms of training and clinic we've ever had. So I'm pretty excited about the opportunity to work with our players the next 5 sessions. I'll be at all of them. And for our families that don't know, we have a live stream show that talks about a variety of topics, especially the game of lacrosse, but we also talk about things in and around the game. So for example, tonight we're going to be talking about racism in the sport. For those of you who don't know, there was an incident that went down during the U.S. Lacrosse National Convention. The Georgia Swarm were playing the Philadelphia Wings, and a commentator made an inappropriate comment directed towards Lyle Thompson, who's one of the largest. He's one of the biggest stars in the game of lacrosse. He's a Native American who played at the University of Albany, and it's actually caused a lot of discussion around racism in the sport, and we're going to be talking all about that tonight. So at 7:30 on our Facebook channel, you'll find us at facebook.com/Studleets. You should definitely tune in. We have a guest who's a Native American, and he's on the USA team coming on to the show, and we're going to be talking all about it. So understand that this game is, it's so much more than just a game. It also means so much more to people who, especially the Native Americans, who basically invented it and started playing it, well before any of us were here. So it's going to be a good opportunity and a good chance for you to see a little bit more about FLG. Other than that, we like to coach the game and try to hopefully teach it the right way. All right, so I hope everyone has a great night. I hope to see you guys tonight, because if you come on the show, you can comment, you can talk, we can see that you're there, which is pretty cool. And we'll see you guys definitely next Monday. All right, have a great one.